Okie dokie. Today, I am going to be doing a piece that I got from the most random inspiration ever. And I'm talking as random as they get because last week I had a coffee fiasco. And it was so frustrating in the moment that I got an intrusive thought to just throw my coffee at a wall. And obviously, I'm not going to do that. But I can simulate that desire and turn it into art. So that's what we're doing. Right now, I am prepping my canvas board because I haven't done canvas work in a really long time and I have no idea if this is even going to turn out at all. But we're going to give it a shot. So basically, I'm just taping down the corners. And if you don't know what happened during my coffee fiasco, well, let me tell you a story. It was infuriating. Okay, so I had just woken up from a really bad sleep. I had gotten no sleep that night. I just couldn't get comfortable and I couldn't stay asleep and I kept waking up. And I was just not having a great day. I had cramps and pain and just my back was bugging me. My tummy was bugging me. My sleep was bugging me. So I go up and I'm like, yep, you know what? I just got this new really fancy caramel coffee and I'm super excited about it. I'm going to make me a cup of this and this is going to make my whole day better. Until, my friends, I skipped one vital step. Okay? I didn't put my cup in the coffee machine. So my floor got an amazing cup of caramel coffee. And my floor was delighted because it also got a makeover because it needed to be cleaned. And it was so much coffee. I'm talking, I was making a big cup of coffee. All went straight on the floor. So instead of enjoying my delightful caramel flavored coffee, I had to clean the floor. And I'm talking getting down on all fours and scrubbing the coffee off that floor. And I'm talking scrubbing the coffee off the cupboard shelves on the bottom as well. And making sure that my cat didn't drink any of it. Man, it was frustrating. And then, okay, I remake my cup of coffee, and I think this day can't get any more challenging. It's still gonna be a good day, but it's been a weird start, and it can't get any weirder, right? I went to go make my second cup of coffee of the day because it was a 2-cup day. Not gonna lie, and well, I forgot my cup in my office, and that's not as bad as spilling it all over the floor 100%, but when your day is not already not going smoothly and not going as smooth as you wanted to, a little hiccup like that, not exactly great. And while I work from home for my day job and I am self-employed, it is still technically hourly employment. So I don't enjoy clocking off for the extra minutes and running up and down my hallway trying to get things for coffee. Okay? However, we are about to make a really fun piece, and I've never done anything like this, so this is going to be so fun. I am going to gather some materials. No! Harmony May, you're not going outside. I have had enough of you and your fluffery. Ooh. Okay, that'll do. Okay, now that I've got the camera set up, we're going to get the space set up. And for that, pretty much just going to use a chair to put some supplies on. Okay, so I have a tiny idea of how I'm going to make this work. Supplies procured. Because I have no intention of spilling more water. First, we'll drink some. I have never done this kind of art before. Usually I'm more of a realist and less of whatever this is going to be. So we're going to be learning and growing together here. Anywho, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I felt like throwing my coffee. So we're going to simulate some coffee here, and we're going to mix something that will hopefully resemble coffee a little bit. I think coffee's not really sparkly, so we won't use mica acrylic. But that's pretty. This is pretty good. It's Mars Brown. So we're just gonna put a sploosh of that in this little cup here. And I like my coffee quite creamy, so I'm probably gonna add a little bit of like a yellowy cream color, because the cream I use is also caramel. And we're just going to mix a lot of water with it. So basically what this is it's just going to be a really watered down acrylic paint mix. But hopefully will kind of give off coffee vibes. I think I might have to add some more paint to it, because right now this is not giving coffee vibes. Well, it's certainly got the creaminess, but not quite the coffeeness. So who knew that mixing the coffee color would be the hardest part of this? Or at least I'm hoping it'll be the hardest part of this. Oh, it's kind of nice. I got the sun on my back while we're doing this. It's been smoky in Alberta for the last week, which is irritating, but it's finally starting to go away, I think. It's still a little smoky, not gonna lie, but it's less, and I'll take less. Okay, did I just add too much water here, or is this just not blending at all? See, now it just looks muddy. Indeed. Let's try some of that. It's a third brown going into the mix now. Huzzah. And I say huzzah a lot. It's a little bit cringy to myself. Like, I cringe every time I say it, but it's fine. It's kind of fun. And no, it's not because I watch The Great, although I do watch The Great. It's very entertaining. I got it because we went to Vegas for a business convention a few years ago, and we went to go see Tournament of Kings, and that is where it came from. They teach you to do this whole, like, cheering and hurrah kind of thing, and it's huzzah. So that has been in my vocabulary ever since Vegas, and I don't see it leaving my vocabulary anytime soon, to be honest. Okay, well, I'm not super content with this coffee color. It's more gray than it is brown, but I'm kind of at a loss of what to do here. So I'm just going to keep mixing random colors until I feel happy with it, because that is part of arting, is messing around and finding out. At least I'm not playing stupid games, so I'm not going to win any stupid prizes. Okay, cool. Where's my black? Cool. Add some black in there. I don't know if this is going to help. I feel like it needs more brown than it does black, so just like a tiny dab. I feel like this is going to need a lot more brown than I originally thought. So, okay, cool. I thought it was going to, like, go and shatter my paints everywhere, but it didn't, so I win. Okay. I think we might be getting closer. Okay. I sound like an old lady stretching, and I'm just grunting and groaning because I did a really, really big leg press day today, so my thighs are just, like, killing me for even just sitting cross-legged. Hey, that looks coffee-ish. Winning. Okay, sweet. Love this for me. Cool. Now we're going to set everything that I care about aside. Blow all the buggies off. And now we play a stupid game and hope we don't win a stupid prize. Nice.
That was so satisfying. I feel really good about that, except for the fact that it wasn't in the camera shot.
Okay, now we're gonna do it again. But maybe in a slightly different color. And hopefully this is going to dry a little bit quicker than what I'm thinking. Oh, look at that splatter. I mean, you can't see it, but I don't want to move it because I know the moment I move it, it's gonna spill and I'm gonna lose my splatter marks. Okay, so I think this time we're gonna flip it and we're gonna come from the other way. Okay, so I don't think I want as much this time, and I kind of think I want this one to be more creamy. Like I just like I dropped the cream too. So we'll see if that's even attainable because there's still some brown paint in here. I don't know. Again, we're messing around and figuring it out as we go. There is absolutely no plan in this whatsoever. Okay. Titanium white, the good old favorite. I have bigger tubes of these in my studio, but I prefer to use the little ones in my kit first. It's a little easier. Okay, I think I might have to add a little bit of yellow to this because it's just very gray right now. Gray's not quite the look I'm going for here. That being said, I don't know what I'm going for, so. My creamer is also caramel flavored, so we're just going to add a little bit of smidgen of yellow in hopes that maybe it makes it look a little bit caramelly. And then after I throw this splatter, I think I might have to either dab it off or wait for it to dry before I add the rest. Okay, that looks so much better. That looks more creamy and less gray. There's a time and a place for gray. I love me a good gray, but not in a coffee-inspired piece. Okay, this looks like somebody ordered a macchiato and, like, only one espresso shot instead of, like, 6. So, I mean, a healthy amount of espresso shots, but... okay. I don't know. Am I ready for this? I think I'm ready for this. Ha! Winning. Yup, I think that looks great. I think that looks great. Okay. I think those splatters are pretty set. Now I'm just gonna whee. Ha! I think this is already turning out better than I expected, so this is going great. This is going great. I have to run this inside because it's my favorite coffee cup. Okay. This is doing a nice little thing here. I'm kind of in love with it. Ooh, it's still kind of malleable. It's just... You'll love that for me. This looks great. Okay. Now, because I care about that cup, I'm going to use a fake little plastic piece instead of my cup for this next step. And this is just, like I said, messing around with whatever kind of pops into my head at this point because there has been absolutely no plan for this and still is considerably no plan for this. Because winging it. Okay, we're just going to take one of the browns that went into the like coffee mix itself. We're just going to put a little bit on a brush and get ready to go. Let's see. I really hope this works. I don't know if it will. I have high hopes and low expectations. I can honestly say that that's been my outlook for this entire piece. So. Okay, not good, not great. We just... I don't know if I can... Okay. We're playing. This is playing. This is my acrylic container. It's usually my, like, mixing with water container, and this is usually where I do the water mixing, but considering that I wanted it to be a cup that I threw the other thing from, purely for the fact of aesthetics making it look like I dropped a coffee cup. Ah, that's better. Oh, that's pretty good, too. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Yep, loving this. Sweet. That was very Cartman-esque. I'm going to try one more thing to see if this will also give a decent look. If it doesn't, that is fine. But if it does, winning. Okay. Okay. I don't know what a coffee bean looks like. Is there water in here? There's water in there. Cool. Kind of want some more splatters, so I'm just gonna. I think I need some black so that it looks like coffee grounds. Maybe. I could have done this with watercolor, I think, to be honest. But I only have watercolor pencils. I don't really have a watercolor palette. So I'd kind of be doing myself a disservice if I tried doing this with that. Okay, so that's more gray. Well, continuing on. I think it will be more successful if I just imbue the paint in the brush instead of trying to get it in water. Oh, yeah, play around. Oh, my eyes. Okay. Now, I don't know if I want to or not, but I feel like it has to dry before I do it anyway. That is like draw a coffee bean on it or like paint a coffee bean on it. I don't know. First off, let's just dump all that out. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually totally in love with what this is doing, and I think it's actually pretty great. Okay. Just so that you can see what we're working with here. I call this success. Oh my god. Ow. And I messed up my knee yesterday too. This one. So crying, but doing life anyway. And tomorrow I have to edit a crap ton of YouTube videos. By that I mean 3, just that I've been putting off. So I get to rewatch my coffee fiasco. Kind of excited about it, not gonna lie. But thinking back to the whole coffee fiasco, I'm actually kind of grateful it happened, even though in the moment it was an absolute pain in the neck and I was not having it. It was seeming to me like it was going to be a bad day because of the coffee fiasco. But I'm actually super grateful for the inspiration it gave me to do this, because I've been wanting to try doing like more abstract things for so long, but I haven't because I am too in my head. And I can say this about myself because it's true. In my creations, I always try to go off a reference photo that like I already have an attachment to, which means that I want it to be done kind of right. And I want it to like have some realism or like look a certain way. And then if it doesn't, I just don't like the piece. And I've never really done anything like abstracty where there isn't a point, or where I don't have anything in my brain that it's trying to be. So when I was kind of planning to do this and kind of figuring out what I needed and what I should do and whatever, I was trying to not think about it at all, to be honest. Like, I had this idea, I think last Tuesday or last Wednesday was coffee fiasco. So I've had this idea for a week, and it has been extremely hard to not think about it for an entire week. But I think some pretty cool things are happening here. And I was going to do like hyper realistic coffee bean here on this, but I feel like that also does it a disservice into the fact that I wanted it to be kind of abstracty. That's not even a word. regardless, you guys know what I mean. And
I feel like this is actually turning out way better than
I was even thinking it would, strictly from the fact that I stuck to it. I didn't let myself bully myself, and I know that sounds completely redundant, but it's not, I promise. I didn't let myself bully myself into giving up on the abstractism of it. And trust me, I did. I bullied myself day and night for the entire last 5 days, 4 days, thinking, oh yeah, I got to put something on it that makes sense. I have to put something on it that is something. And that's not abstract. That defeats the purpose of a large amount of what this is supposed to be and why this is a thing. And I really like these circles, so I'm just adding a few more because I think they're fun. And I just don't feel done yet. I don't know when you... Maybe that's another reason why I haven't done abstract before, because I don't know what done is supposed to look or feel like for abstract, because technically it could never be done. It could always be done, and it could never be done, and it could be done like 4 steps ago. Was it done yesterday? No, it wasn't, because I didn't start this piece yesterday, but like, you get the point, right? Like, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know where it cut off, but it cut off. So this is the final piece, and I'll show it to you later when it's not like taped up on the board. But this is Mon from Inspired and Intentional. Thank you so much for watching my first step into abstract.